truth, and positivity, then you should be able to walk this earth and be who you want to be. So
Yes.
you meet challenges
Yeah.
that show you who you are. You know what I mean? So I went through a lot of stuff. That's where hip-hop came into play. But before hip-hop, I did basketball, so that's my competitive spirit. That's my edge. That's my rawness. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Get some of your swag from
Right,
there,
yeah,
too.
I
I'm
mean,
like,
the
yeah, she
swag
came
and
here like, yo,
everything,
what's
yeah,
up? I'm like, yo, what's
yes,
up?
Yes, you gotta have that everywhere.
Yeah,
yes.
that's awesome.
That's
So, like you said, how you got into like you were into basketball first, and then music came after, like in middle school.
Yep.
So, who were you listening to during middle school? Like, do you remember the first hip hop song that made you be like, wow? Like, not only do you love this song, but I want to do this too.
Right. So, there might have been a couple before that had my attention, but when I heard "Ready or Not" by the Fugees and Lauryn Hill,
classic. Yes.
oh my, Ready
yeah.
or Not,
Here I come.
I'm gonna find you.
Yeah.
Woo!
Oh my
yeah,
God.
that's that.
Even just the beginning when you hear those like first few bars, I'm like, yes.
Yes.
Wow.
And Lauryn Hill she hit me.
Yes.
I mean, you'll hear some artists, but the ones that really hit your soul or have that impact is the ones that's really gonna stick with you. And she's definitely one that always stick with me. She don't have to drop another song ever again. She had already made it. But I'm sure she will, and she'll keep going, you know what I mean? But you're right. She'll always have a legacy, and those are the ones that really hit you.
Wow. So. And I'm so, like, really surprised by that because not a lot of people see Lauryn Hill as a hip-hop artist, you know what I mean? Some people, because she sings as well, so they're like, oh, she's R&B or whatever. But Lauryn is everything, and she's also a rebel just like you.
Yes,
you know what I mean? She followed her own path. Very unique, just like you. Wow, that's awesome. So okay, so now you got your inspiration. You're like, I want to do this. Ooh. How did you start? Like, were you on like the whole like, let me do SoundCloud, let me do YouTube, let me like get on like the social media things? How did you, start, and were you afraid to start?
Oh, definitely. I was afraid to start. You're right, because I was doing basketball so long, so that's what I had known. But every basketball player knows you're warming up to songs, soundtracks. Those are getting you amped, getting you in your mood. So I would get real nervous before basketball games, and I started to write. And I would spit some of those that I was writing to some of my teammates, and they was like, "Wait a minute, that's kind of hot. Like, I know we got a game coming up, but you might want to go to the studio. You might want to check that out."
Yo, that's dope.
And that's how I started, and I started putting songs up on SoundCloud. And then I did my first mixtape, "Intimidated by None," and I put that on Dat Piff. And I was just surprised at so much positive feedback I got.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not surprised. You dope. I'm just going to tell you, like, you're incredible.
I appreciate it.
So where does where's the inspiration for your music come from? Is it something like, do you write about, like, if you're going through a tough time? Do you write about love? Do you write about your dreams? Like, where does it all mix? 'Cause I mean, I've heard a little bit, so I see a little bit of a mix of everything.
Definitely.
In hip-hop, you definitely have to also, like, make yourself like be known, like this is who I am, blah blah blah. But I want to know, like, how did all the deeper things? Where did those come from?
It's definitely that you say that mix.
Yeah.
Because that's like my music is my life. And my life has had all of that, the love, the the grind, the hustle, who you are, the obstacles, the ups and downs. And sometimes in life, I felt like you don't always feel like you can relate to everyone as much as you want to.
Yeah.
But then when I started doing music, I'm like, wow, the way I'm connecting to people, they're letting me know that I relate way more than I thought I did.
Yeah.
So just the mixture of that, everything you'll go through pain, you'll have happy days, and all of that goes into the music. So everything I spit is experiences or stuff I've witnessed or stuff that people, I've been close enough to, hear their story. And so I get to include everybody in my journey too. So that's dope.
I like that. Well, I mean, this is just the beginning. I already know that you're going to be on your way doing way further things.
Thank you.
Yeah. So when did you decide that you wanted to, I know that you were doing this as a hobby for a while. When did you decide that you want to be like a professional artist? Because now I see videos of you doing ciphers and stuff. I'm like, oh, this is getting serious. Yeah. Like, what made you decide, like, I want to take this as like a career?